This is a court commission. It's written by Greg Cooper, who was the writer of MAMIL, which was massively successful in last year's Arts Festival here at the Court Theatre. You'll know that if you could get a seat to it, which was very difficult. It showed Greg Cooper coming of age, not only as a writer, but more importantly as a dramatist. Greg is an ex-court jester. In fact, a lot of the young New Zealand writers, people like Carl Nixon, Greg Cooper, started off in improvisation. You know, because if you can learn to tell a story making it up on the stage in the moment in front of an audience, well then sitting down and working one out comes a lot easier. Greg has a wonderful sense of humor, and The Streaker is a very funny play. It's a court commission, as I said. It's set in Christchurch now, 5 years after the quakes, and it looks at an aspect of life which I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with. And the great virtue of The Streaker, and one of the wonderful things for an audience to respond to, is it looks at 3 generations of the same family who are having to share the same house. So there's the principal breadwinner, his wife, their children who are 15 and 12, 15-year-old son, 12-year-old daughter, and then his parents who are forced to live with them. Now, one of the rules of comedy is put your characters where they don't want to be. And you know the pressure cooker that can create on a family. Well, Greg Cooper ups that ante by having our protagonist, Ron, lose his job in the first scenes of this play. At the same time that a radio station is offering $1 million if somebody is prepared to streak the length and successfully streak the length of the field at the Super Rugby final with their station logo tattooed to their bum. Now that seems ridiculous, and all of us would much rather do anything rather than that. However, as the desperation of having to provide for the family grows, the question remains, this crazy idea, will it be something that he chooses to do? Now, it's not a whodunit, and the clue is probably in the title as to what he does do, but Greg really examines family, the way we live together, the pressures of trying to hold life together in the Christchurch that we recognize in the here and now. This play was hilarious from its first draft. It's gone through to second draft. We'll be going to third draft. There'll be a script workshop before we bring it to the stage, and I, for one, cannot wait to see Phil Vaughan and how the hell we're going to protect him in the audience with imaginative lighting at the end of The Streaker. There's a terrific tension in this play. Greg said to me, he said, "Ross, you're going to love this. It's a one-man ladies' night." He knows me well. I don't know if that's because of what he thought was my interests, other than being a theatrical producer that has to keep a theatre open. This will play directly before the events, that we talked about before, which was the third play in the Forge, will be on the main stage just for a 2-week season. So the Streaker plays before the events and then before this year's musical, which is the musical Legally Blonde.